Hello, class. We are going to start the official Frappe project today. That worksheet that you've been working on, it is a deconstructed version of the project that we're going to be completing. If you've ever watched any of those culinary shows and maybe seen and the chefs talk about a deconstructed dessert or deconstructed appetizer, it really just means all the parts are separate and you assemble it yourself. That's basically what we did here. We did a value scale, we did cross contour lines, we talked about layering and shading from using the value scale in cross contour lines, and about outlining our cup in the appropriate size. So now we're going to put this all together for our project. So I've got a rubric here. And mind you, this rubric is only for today. We're starting with sketching out your design. This rubric is not for the entire project. This is for today. And don't forget that there will be a little quiz on all these little hand-drawn items that show up in the video. All right, so let's get started. Number 1 item on sketching out your design. Use a sheet of the ultimate art paper. Now, if you were at home, you're not going to be able to use a sheet of the ultimate art paper. You're just going to use a sheet from your sketchbook. If you're in class, you must have the ultimate art paper. There's no excuse for you not to. Don't draw a few lines on it, decide you've messed up, and throw it in the garbage, and then grab a sheet of copy paper, because that's going to be a problem. I will not accept anything that is not on the correct paper. So let me remind you, I will not accept anything turned in class that is not on the ultimate art paper. You must turn in your project on the ultimate art paper. So what paper are we turning this in on? The ultimate art paper. Do not turn in something to me on notebook paper. You're not turning in an art project on notebook paper. Notebook paper is fine for sketches, but not for projects. Do not turn anything on a piece of copy paper. Do not turn anything in on a piece of paper out of your sketchbook, because they're all different sizes. It has to be the ultimate art paper. All right, so next item on sketching out your design, rubric. Again, this rubric is only for today. Sketching out your design. It is not for the entire project. All right, so number 2, you've got to choose some reference photos. This is how you're going to get your idea. You're going to go online. I just typed in the search, I just typed in drawings of Frappuccinos, drawings of slushies, drawings of coffee. And I found this cute little guy. Let's get him open. Come on. He's thinking about it. So I found this cute little guy. So he's reference number 1. I am actually going to draw 2 projects while I guide you through this, because one I'm doing in a pencil and completely in pencil, and one I'm going to have black Sharpie outlines, and you'll see that in a minute. All right, so there's Kitty, and Peely is going to be drinking a banana smoothie. And I just needed that banana picture for the reference for the cup that Peely is going to be holding. All right, so those are my reference photos. All right, so once you choose your reference photos, you kind of have an idea. It could be just like the kitty one for me. I'm drawing that one directly, or it could be I'm kind of creating my own with Peely. So once you choose your reference photos, you're going to sketch your design in pencil. All right, so both of my drawings were originally done in pencil. This is Peely. You can see Peely is about the same size as the cup. Keep him up there. Remember, there's a quiz on those little items. Peely's about the same size as the cup. So what I did is I'd have Peely here. The cup is kind of forward. And I have a very long foreshortened arm, as if Peely's in the background holding his cup towards the viewer or towards the camera if you were taking a picture. Now for Kitty I drew in pencil first. And once I drew Kitty in pencil first, then I went back over the outlines with a Sharpie marker. So I'm going to have one that's completely done in pencil and one outlined in Sharpie marker. Just to show you both ways, because I do want to allow Sharpie marker outlines because it's contour drawing and we've done a lot of contour drawing. So I'm fine with that. But the inside of the cup, the drink, because we're going to be doing shading, that has to be done in pencil. All right, so let's put these drawings away for a second. All right, so the next thing on our list, once you choose your reference photos, sketch your design in pencil. Number 4, make sure your cup is approximately the correct size. I have reference sheets in class that you can use to check them by holding them up to the light. You can see when with this little flashlight that I'm putting up here, I can kind of line this up. I'm going to do it down here. I know the pencil design may be a little difficult to see, but it's kind of right there. And I'm lining this up, and it is approximately the same size as the Sharpie reference sheet. The reason this is so important is because I don't want a teeny tiny little cup that's going to take you 2 seconds to shade. You are demonstrating your shading skills. So I need this cup to be big enough and to have enough surface area so you have room to have small, medium, and large. I'm thinking beverage sizes. You need to have room to have light, medium, and dark. So that's why the cup needs to be an appropriate size. I don't want a really teeny cup and then it takes you all of 2 seconds to shade it and you really don't have enough room to display all your values. All right. So again, in class, you won't need a flashlight to check this. You can just hold it up to a window, hold it up to the light in the room, and check and make sure your cup is the correct size. All right, so the last thing on the list, submit your copies of your reference photos on Schoology. Let's turn the light out. So back over here to my reference photos. You are basically going to go on Schoology because I have created a category for you to submit your reference photos. So you're going to go on to Schoology, find that category, and download a copy of your reference photo. And keep in mind, it could be one reference photo like the kitty for my kitty cup because I'm just straight up copying the design. Or it could be I have 2 for Peely because I have the drawing of Peely and I have this because I wanted that emblem on the cup. Kind of hard to see because it's in pencil, but if you can see where kind of near where the fingers are, that emblem of the bananas is on the cup because Peely is drinking a banana smoothie. So make sure once you get done, even if once you find your reference photos, you can go ahead and submit them on Schoology, but you might want to wait because you might start drawing something and decide you don't like it and go back and get more reference photos. So I would say like towards the end of class, I'll give you a reminder and let you know, hey, this would be a really good time to submit your reference photos. And let's see, what else do we have? I think that's it. Just sketching out your design. Number 1, using a sheet of the Ultimate Art paper. Super important. Don't turn this in on the wrong paper because I won't accept it. Because you have been clearly told, using little hand-drawn cartoon emojis, you've been clearly advised that you must use a sheet of the Ultimate Art paper. I have clearly emphasized that. So I will not accept any submissions on the incorrect paper. If you hand me something on a piece of notebook paper, I'm going to frown because I'm really sad that you did your project on a piece of paper that has blue ruled lines on it. But I'm also going to nod my head at you and say, no, why am I not accepting this? Tell me why I'm not accepting this. And you're going to have to tell me because it's not the right paper. And you said not to turn it in on notebook paper. Number 2, choose your reference photos. Now remember, this is a rubric just for today. This isn't the one for the overall project. You're choosing your reference photos. You're going to sketch your design in pencil. You're going to use a reference cup to make sure that your drawing of your cup is the correct size. It doesn't have to be exact as this, but it definitely needs to be approximately as tall and as wide, and it needs to be tapered. So please don't give me a straight up and down cylinder. So once you make sure your cup is approximately the correct size, at the end of class, again, I will remind you, hey, it's about 5 minutes till the end of class. This would be a really good time to submit your photos. You're going to go on Schoology, and there will be a category for you to submit copies of your reference photos. And I think that's everything. All right, guys, have fun creating your frappes.